So I was going through the aisles in my local Target and I saw that some of these banished exosuits were on sale and I picked up a few. Now I had an idea that making a really cool exosuit flood kind of figure would be something that I would be interested in and go great towards my flood army, so that was kind of my idea for this guy. I got started by roughing him up with my Dremel bit pretty much everywhere. There was really no spot that was going to be safe or secured, and I wanted to make him look like he had plenty of battle damage before he did get infected by the flood. Once I was done with that tool, I moved over to my sanding bit and started making more of grooves and crevices in his actual armor, like they're indents from war and battle. After that, I mixed up some green stuff. Now you can find green stuff at eBay or Amazon, whatever you prefer, and it's normally around $15 to $20 for a really good amount of it, and I can probably make 20 to 30 customs or even more with the amount of green stuff I get, so it's definitely worth investing in. Just make sure you use gloves when you use it. Once that was done, I started laying it all along the body of this exosuit, and really I just wanted to put it everywhere, but not too much. I wanted to keep it kind of simple. I also wanted to wrap some around the gravity hammer just to give that a little bit of a different look, and I just continuously started applying it everywhere onto the body in small chunks in places. Even the back as well, just to add more texture. I also added these little bits that were kind of spewing out, almost like infection forms. I also started by adding some tendrils where the infection form got in and infected this brute, and them spewing out of the side, and I moved the infection form's helmet back a little bit. I wanted to give him a giant claw, kind of like a Big Daddy in BioShock, so I twisted it up and then I twisted it around these little green stuff worms on the actual left arm itself. This gave it this really weird and meaty, almost brutal kind of look. Used a base coat of paint for all the flood texture, and then I went into darker shades later on with dry brushes of red as well. So here's a darker shade and very lightly dry brushing it on, trying to keep a lot of that original color that we used. Is just going to make it seem like it has different layers and add more of a detail effect. I also painted in all my little cracks and grooves black just to make it seem like they have a little bit more of battle scar damage and to stand out a little bit more so they don't get lost in the entire mech. Once that was done, I went over with a red dry brush to some of the areas that I wanted to highlight for the flood. Then I also hit the arm with a dry brush as well. I really added a lot of blood to the arm though to make it feel like he was continuously going after Marines and stabbing them with his flood arm. Once that was done, I hit everything on the mech with a silver dry brush to just add a little bit more detail and get some of those natural textures to really pop out. a little bit more paint to the actual hammer itself, trying to give it more of a red, light, glowing effect with some paint. All my paints are Citadel paints as well. I am going to probably start investing in more paints, but Citadel paint is a great product to use, and I get mine on eBay. Once that was finished, I used a slight black wash that I made with some water and some black Citadel paint. Applied that everywhere, and that was pretty much it for this Brute Banished Flood mech. Alright guys, here is my infected banished exosuit, and I thought it turned out really awesome. I'm super happy with how it came out. I really like the flood work that I did on it. I like the battle scarring damage I did on the armor. All in all, I am very happy with how this turned out. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you want to continue to see more of these kind of flood mechs. I have two more of them. I have the marine one, and I also have the Skyfire exosuit as well. So definitely let me know what kind of things you want me to do with these two. My Banished Flood army is getting bigger and bigger, and I think that's really awesome. I definitely want to make a huge Halo Infinite Banished Flood army, or just a Flood army in general, so it's cool to have this piece now. My next video, guys, is going to be a really cool one and a really big one, so definitely be looking out for that. And if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also ring that notification bell. All of that helps me out a ton in making this kind of content. Anyway, that's all for me today. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, evening, or night. Peace out.